Let us read our lesson, Things Around Us. Unit 1, Lesson 1, Living and Non-Living Things. So let's underline living and non-living. Before we proceed, name some living things and some non-living things. What are the living things which you know about? We've already spoken about the living things, animals, birds, insects, human beings, and also plants. Plants are also living things. If you can see outside my balcony, there are so many plants, okay? And these plants keep growing, right? So anything that grows also has got life. So plants are also living things. Okay, so let's continue. How can you differentiate living and non-living things? What are the differences between living and non-living things? We already discussed that, and we'll be seeing more about it in this lesson. Let's underline the word differentiate. D-I-F-F, diff, E-R-E-N, erin, T-I-A-T-E, shiate, differentiate. All big words can be broken into smaller words so that we can learn the spellings easily. Name a living thing which does not move. Is there a living thing that does not move? Yes? Yeah. Plants don't move, right? That means when the wind blows, they move from side to side, but they don't move from one place to another place, right? Plants don't move from one place to another place. Say aloud, machine, M-A-C-H-I-N-E, machine, broadly, characteristics, C-H-A, ca, R-A-C, rack, T-E-R, ter, I-S-S-T-I-C-S. That's how you break a big word and make it easier for you to study the spelling. Characteristics. Nature, definite, reproduce, and energy. I'm very happy to say that you got so many new words, but you'll have to work hard to study all of them. Let us find out more about living and non-living things. We see many things around us. These are houses, machines, toys, animals, birds, flowers, tables, etc. All these things are broadly grouped into two categories. What do you mean by broadly grouped? That means we can divide them into two categories. What categories? The first one is living things and the second category is non-living things. So let us look at some pictures. Dog, a flower, a bird, a table, a teddy bear, and a bus. Okay, this should be a plant. Okay, this is a plant with a root and then a stem and then the flower. Okay, if you pluck out a flower on its own, it's not alive anymore. But if it's on a tree, if it's on the plant or on a tree, then it's alive. Okay, and it's a living thing. Animals, plants, and birds are living things. Tables, chairs, dolls, buses, they are all non-living things. Living things and non-living things have certain characteristics which make them different from each other. Living things, human beings, animals, birds, and plants grow, move, feel, eat, and reproduce. Okay, reproduce means, a monkey gives birth to a baby monkey. Okay, and there are so many babies like your younger brothers and sisters. All of them are small little ones. Reproduction means, reproduce means to give birth to smaller ones. So anything which can grow, move, feel, eat, and reproduce are called living things. Suppose I beat my pen stand like this, will the pen stand get hurt? No, it won't get hurt. So it's not a living thing. But if I pinch you on your hand, you will get hurt and you will say, ouch, don't pinch me. That means all living things can feel. They can move, they can eat, and they can reproduce. We call them living things. So, can you see the picture? Human beings, people, birds, animals are living things. Let's do an activity. Think and do. Name any 5 living things. So, can you name any 5 living things? A bird. Okay, a dog. Bird, you can say crow. Yes? Okay. Dog. Then a boy. Then a plant. And fish. What about fish? Animals which live in the water. Yes. Okay. These are any 5 living things. Let's go on to read the next page. Look at all these pictures. A pen, a computer, a ball, and a bus or a big van. Non-living things. Buildings, toys, pens, televisions, cars, cell phones, computers, etc. cannot grow, cannot move on their own, and cannot feel and eat. We call them non-living things. So what are non-living things? Things which cannot move, which cannot grow, and which cannot feel or cannot eat are called non-living things. Okay. So what to do? Arrange all these in the appropriate columns. Airplane, book, cat, stone. Hen, eraser, car, table. Pencil, tree, tiger, sparrow. Horse, frog, snake, chalk. So there are 2 columns here, 2 categories. One category or column is for living things. Another category is non-living things, and this row, I'm sorry, it's a row, is for that. Okay. Think and do. Name 5 non-living things. Can you name 5 non-living things? A pen, a pencil, a computer, a ball, and an eraser. You can write any other name you like, but see that the spelling is correct. Okay. Living things. What are the living things which we can pick out from here? Cat is an animal. It is a living thing. Let's write that down and let's put a comma. What about the second row? Hen. Yes, hen is a living thing. What about a car and eraser and table? No, they are not living. They can't grow. They can't feel. They can't eat. Okay. Pencil, tree, tiger, sparrow. What about tree? Yes, a tree can grow and breathe. It also needs water and all that for it to grow. Then a tiger. Yes, a tiger can move. Sparrow, S-P-A-R-R-O-W. What's a sparrow? A sparrow is a tiny bird, which nowadays you can't see much of it. Then horse, frog, a snake. Yes, all these are living things. And the non-living things I want you to write yourself. Choose it, pick it and write it. Okay. Do you know? Things like mountains, rivers, clouds, soil, sun, moon are formed on their own in nature. They are called natural things. Okay. So there is something called living things, non-living things, and also natural things. What are natural things? Natural things are things which are there in our earth and we don't make them. Did we make rivers? No. Did we make the clouds? No. Did we make the soil, the mud? No. Did we make the sun or the moon? No. All these things were there already in nature. So they are called natural things. they are considered as non-living things. Living and non-living things have certain characteristics which in many ways are similar. Both have a definite shape. Yes, both have got a shape. Both living and non-living things have a definite shape. Definite. A man may be taller than another man. A chicken may be bigger in size than another chicken, or a pen may look different from another pen, but all of them have a shape which can be defined. So what do you mean by definite shape? If you look at this child, you can say he's a human being, because all human beings have the same definite shape. Though some of us are dark, some of us are fair, some of us are short, some of us are fat, but we all belong to the human race. What about birds? When we look at this, we know it's a bird. So all birds have a definite shape. What about flower? There are millions of different kinds of flowers, but we know that this belongs to the flower category. What about this? It's under the water, and we know that these are fish. Okay. What about this? We know these are animals. So all living and non-living things have a shape. Okay. When we look at these non-living things, when we look at this, we know it's a computer, we know this is a ball, we know this is a pen. So even non-living things have a definite shape. Both the things occupy space. Yes, space. Since things have a shape, they occupy space. Every living or non-living thing occupies space. Look at my book. My book is sitting on my table. It's occupying so much of place. Okay. And my plants also are occupying some place outside. Look at all the plants around you. They all are occupying place. Okay. That means they are all needing place. Just like that, even birds, animals, everybody needs some place. Since things have a shape, they occupy space. When we place a pen on the desk or when we sit down on a chair, we occupy certain space. All the things have weight. All the things have weight. When we change the place of a television, we need to hold it properly because it has weight. Yes, everything has a weight. Similarly, a baby is held properly so that it doesn't fall. Things are made up of matter, space, weight, and matter. Matter. Human body has blood, muscles, bones, and many other organs. Similarly, a table consists of wood, nails, etc. So, non-living and living things and natural things, all of them occupy space, they have a weight, and they are made up of matter. How are living things different from non-living things? All living things grow. A chicken which comes out of an egg grows into a hen. First the egg, then a tiny chicken, and then the hen. The seed grows into a small plant. The small plant grows into a big plant. A baby grows into a child, who in turn grows into an adult. So all of us are growing. That's why we are called living things. But a pen or a toy cannot grow. Thus, living things grow, but non-living things don't. So the first difference is living things grow, but non-living things do not. All living things move. Different living things move in different ways. A man walks, runs, or jumps. Birds fly. Fish swim, and the cow roams, and the sunflower turns towards the sun. But a table, a pen, a computer, etc. cannot show any kind of movement. It is because they are non-living things. Though most of the plants can't move, they are living things. What's the second difference? Living things can move, but non-living things cannot move. Do you know? Elephants use their trunks in the same way as we use our hands. We have hands, but the elephant has a trunk which he uses as his hands. And what do the fish do? How do they move? They swim. What do the birds do? They fly. And what do human beings do? They walk. And what do the flowers do? How do they move? They look towards the sun. All living things feel. All the living things feel the condition which may be either favorable or unfavorable. Different living beings express their feelings in different ways. If a human being feels pain, he expresses it by crying. So if you're very sad, your mama has given you some food which you don't like, you become very sad. So you feel. Human beings can feel. When he feels happy, he expresses it by laughing. A dog barks when it senses danger. Leaves of a touch-me-not plant fold when touched. Have you ever seen a touch-me-not plant, children? It has leaves. When you touch those leaves, the entire leaves fold and close. That's a touch-me-not plant. But non-living things do not feel. A table does not feel. A glass does not feel. Okay? A cup cannot feel the coldness or hotness of tea. What to do? When we put ants in two jars, one jar containing eatables and the other having no food, the ant in the jar having eatables will survive while the other ant in the jar will die, because insects also need food to eat. This is an experiment. Let's not try it and kill any ants. You can just look at it over here. All living things reproduce. All the living things reproduce their own kind. The living things reproduce their own kind to maintain their race. So, mummies will give birth to babies. Cats will give birth to kittens. Dogs will give birth to puppies. Okay. So, we reproduce and give birth to our own kind. Okay. A woman gives birth to babies. A cat gives birth to kittens. A hen lays eggs. Chicks come out from eggs. Fish also reproduce by laying eggs. Plants grow from seeds. Some plants grow from stems too. Non-living things, table, pen, chair, etc. cannot reproduce. All living things breathe. Living things need air to stay alive. Human beings breathe oxygen through nose and lungs. Animals like cat, dog have nose to breathe. A fish breathes through gills. But non-living things like a doll, a car, a computer, a radio, etc. do not need air for survival. So we just finished reading our lesson. Hold your breath for a few seconds. Can you hold it longer? No. Why? Right here. So we all breathe in and we breathe out. So what were the key ideas we got from this lesson? Living and non-living things have their own characteristics. Some are alike and some are different. Living things need air. Living things need air and food to live, grow, feel and reproduce. Non-living things do not have any quality of their own. They are handled by human beings and by nature. So just read this lesson once or twice, children, and see that you are familiar with all the new words, and reading makes you perfect. Okay, read and read and read till you become so knowledgeable that you become so smart, and everybody would say, wow, look at that boy, how nicely he reads. But to read well, you need to practice. Thank you.